Give us this nation to heal, this world to lead, this moment to seize. I know we're ready.
But there is one thing on this February night that we do not need the final results to know. Our time has come.
I think we must get used to the idea that we are the Republican Party frontrunner for the nomination.
Most results from the primaries of the Super Tuesday are now in, and there are relatively few surprises. As one watches all this from New Delhi, one can see that McCain has maintained a formidable lead, although not quite as formidable as some pundits had expected. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama have been neck to neck, showing different kinds of strengths. Obama has won 11 states against Hillary Clinton's 8 so far, but Hillary has won the decisive state of California. All the three major contenders have made their speeches and hopefully retired for the night. Listening to them from this great distance, one was struck particularly by Obama's speech. McCain's campaign themes are familiar, and his speech did not depart from them in any significant degree, and the same is the case with Hillary Clinton. With Obama, there were two or three quite striking features. One was his utter confidence and upbeat tone which he maintained throughout. Secondly, in much of the speech, especially the first half, Obama tried to reach out to the various constituencies of the poor, the working people, the unemployed, the elderly, the students, the teachers, generally the underprivileged. Partly perhaps in response to the findings in the exit polls that these were the constituencies which had voted largely for Hillary Clinton, whereas Obama had been much more successful with the wealthier sections of the population. In the latter half of the speech, however, he distinguished himself very sharply from Hillary Clinton without naming her, of course. On the one side, he said that the main contender against him had in fact raised more money from the corporate sector, from the lobbyists, than any of the Republican contenders. This was connected directly with his theme that if he is elected president, his will be a rule free of the determination of the lobbyists, that he himself has raised no money from that sector, and so on and so forth. But then he went back to the theme of his conference related to the foreign policy. He again reiterated that he will end the war which should not have been authorized in the first place. In using the word authorized, he was again referring to Hillary Clinton, who had voted for the congressional bill called the Authorization to Use Force in Iraq. He again said that he disagreed very sharply with all of those who refused to negotiate with the very countries with which the United States may have its problems, notably Iran, that he was going to reach out and negotiate with them and not use force. Thirdly, he said that unlike those who have wavered on the question of torture, he has never wavered on it, again implying that Hillary had wavered on the question of torture. In all these ways, making foreign policy and war as the principal issue that distinguishes him from Hillary Clinton, as well as the whole question of lobbies and lobbyists, it appears that he was in fact preparing for the next phase of the electoral campaign. He is also trying to turn the whole issue of Hillary's claim to be far more experienced in Washington around by saying that that experience, in fact, shows how much a part she has been of the establishment, how much she has been a part of the various policies which have emanated from Washington, how much she herself is complicit with warmongering and the politics of the privilege. So the experience is in fact complicity, whereas he himself has not been complicit in any of that. If this speech is to be taken seriously, it would appear that it sets the tone for a very combative campaign from now on.